my ride. In the grass, Teddy, with the Teddy. Quick with the hands, ready. Please don't touch my ride. Shirt off, I'm Cam, ready. That's got in memory. Please don't pop my tie.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of running backs who are hoping for plenty of touches come their way. It's Hyde's 49ers going up against Spencer Ware's Chiefs. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Hello, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and partner, our long national nightmare is over. After 6 months away, we're back to playing football.
And this is way better than Watergate, isn't it? Now we get to have some fun. Watch the veterans. They'll play a little bit. We know that. But the big thing, this new crop of rookies and young guys, they get their chance to take the field and earn their spot.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. This is Brian Hoyer leading him out there, a ninth-year quarterback from Michigan State.
Playing a very run-heavy offense at Michigan State. Really wasn't allowed to be a featured passer, but really worked hard in the NFL. Undrafted as a free agent, found his way in the league, and continued to get better and better. A 16-15 career record as a starter heading into 2017.
They go play action here on first down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Allen Bailey in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Carry for Carlos Hyde. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Hoyer. And that is incomplete. And his 3rd year on is the punter Bradley Pinion to kick it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall selection back in 2005 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
And head coach Andy Reid has said even with Patrick Mahomes being picked number 10 in the draft overall, people think he's going to replace him. Alex Smith is our guy, and he should be. Third in the league in the number of wins behind only Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers since 2011.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On the ground, this is Ware. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And now the Chiefs' offensive starters.
Spencer Ware is a quintessential one-cut runner that's an offensive lineman's dream. He presses the line of scrimmage on every run and tends to carry the pile with him.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They run again with Ware. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Smith on 3rd down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Second and very short here, less than a yard. Out of the gun, Smith. And Conley's got it over the middle. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So they're operating in the red zone. They run it here. Ware. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. For the 49ers, their starters defensively, and I got to look at DeForest Buckner.
Love him. Tall, angular. What you worry about with guys like that is can they bend and play with leverage? And DeForest Buckner absolutely can. Did everything that was asked of him at Oregon. He's going to have a big-time career with the 49ers.
On the run, it's Ware. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Play action. It's Smith. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's a short kick, taking it to 15.
That seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You did.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and
now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first time. I'll try to do better here. And a quick look now at the offense for the 49ers.
I've been a big fan of Carlos Hyde since his days at Ohio State. A big, strong, physical runner, nimble feet, excellent vision downfield. And what I like about him when he's at his best, his ability to wear down a defense if he gets 20 or more carries in a game.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that'll set them back 5. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more.
Here we go.
The play fake to Hyde. Now it's Hoyer. And incomplete on the deep ball. Jeremy Curley, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
Derek Johnson entered the NFL as an outside linebacker whose game was built on speed. In recent years, though, he's remade himself as a strong inside linebacker, can take on blocks and plug the running game. He hurt his Achilles tendon in 2016. Now we want to see if he has that explosiveness back to take on those big offensive linemen.
Here we go. 3-19.
Here's Hoyer. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
The general consensus that Brian Hoyer was acquired by San Francisco to be a one-year solution at quarterback. I know Brian. He looks at it as a long-term solution.
He wants to complete passes like that and say, I'm no stopgap. I'm here to stay, right? 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I think we saw some of the best qualities of Carlos Hyde on that run. Able to pick up something there, being physical running the football. But I think he's got really good vision and great feet. He's going to be the key to this offense really being revitalized.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now Hoyer. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it, And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
It came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a man who sat out 3 seasons. This is Tim Hightower. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, there's the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. They'll run now with Ware. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one good for 10 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He is going to find Hill here. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 56 yards. And the Chiefs are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And the ball is knocked out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, bounced right back on it, keeps possession. They'll look to throw here. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And now here comes Kansas City. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet, but not a whole lot of space down at the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Here's Smith now on second down. He's got it. This is Ware. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. There's the first catch as a 49er for Marquise Goodwin. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they've got it here with a first down.
Let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
This is Hightower. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
A pair of negative running plays, and now they're looking up at a 3rd down at 17 to go. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. I'm sure he wanted to have a huge game, wants to have a huge game as the quarterback, but really on the ground, they've been very, very hard to stop. Maybe you just keep going to that well.
I think so, and isn't it funny how the definition of balance changes for us from game to game? Sometimes it's 50-50, run it, throw it. Sometimes it's just being a balanced running team in terms of who's carrying the football.
More than one guy.
Right, multiple guys out there, and now your guy back there has to throw it. Doesn't have to worry about it quite as much.
And they've got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. On the ground, it's West again. There's a nice move. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. The first throw now for the backup Mahomes. Dumps it off for Spiller. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Now 49er pressure, and they get it. It's blocked. Now, so much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
And however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And out of bounds just shy of the end zone at the 1. And give him a gain of 37. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk punching it in from a yard away. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field, the fullbacks for the defense. They knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Gold now out to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. Yeah, they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right? He's taking it on. He doesn't need to. Continue to do what you just said. Let everyone else carry the football. That's been effective. Don't have to worry about him throwing the ball in all the situations now. That's got to be a good feeling if he just relaxes and lets it keep coming to him.
Yeah, and relax and enjoy the second quarter lead right now. No gain on the play there. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. The Chiefs on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Underneath to Spiller. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. And remember, he had his first punt blocked. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Now, I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking. Able to establish themselves, control the game by running it, have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
And as we say, yeah, that's right. As we say all the time, that sets up the passing game. I feel like a broken record with that.
Listen, we can be broken records all we want. Bottom line is, lather up that big horse and let him run.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Ellington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big gain of 31 on third down.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a change-up in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the change-up, and on that play, it worked for big yardage. Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They'll throw here. Beathard. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They run with Hightower. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Let's go. Green, 39. Green.
Beathard. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
And that will make this a 4-point game. Gold now out to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Complete to Gavin Escobar, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And the first carry for the former Clemson Tiger, C.J. Spiller. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
And Robinson with a big catch. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense, so you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Again on the ground, again it's Spiller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Coming up at halftime, remember, we'll get you out to Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of this first half. That is, of course, unless you decide to skip him.
And for the record, we do not encourage that.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Now Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's going to be marked down deep into Kansas City territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
5 yards to go for the offense. First down and goal from that 5-yard line. Now Beathard. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Bruce Ellington, a 5-yard touchdown. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And a lot of times you talk about establishing the ground game. Probably something they need to do more of here, losing in the second quarter.
When you're riding your best horse, you've got to lather him up. The best running backs I've ever talked to, they've all said the exact same thing to me. I'll even break a good sweat until I get to 20 carries.
You're full of good wisdom. Let's see if they can get him into the game more now. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, here's Mahomes. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Let's go, Detroit! Detroit!
On the carry, it's Hightower. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They go again with Hightower. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA halftime report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Chiefs trail at home at halftime. The 49ers have come in and looked good as the road team. And will just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Chiefs snell late in the first. Hills wide open on the deep pass. And this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. 49ers take it at the 1. That takes the lead up to 7. They'll go with their run. And he'll end up sprinting into the end zone, cutting the deficit to 3. 49ers have it later on the drive. Here he'll look into the end zone. And he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. 49ers go up by 4. Now 1st and 10. Taylor's going to haul in the pass, and he'll be tackled down inside the 20 at the 17. 49ers still on the field. Ellington's wide open, able to make the grab. And this will go all the way for a touchdown. 49ers go up by 8.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 8 yards to go here on second down. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Take Carradine in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Now here's Mahomes. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second and 5.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Hightower. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Gold is able to put it through. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So put another 3 on the board. And all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it second down. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. All right, here we go. Detroit!
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be run over, hit hard as he'll be marked down. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And to give this time to the tailback. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's Beathard to throw. And this is taken in at the 5. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Aldrick Robinson, 39 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Now Gold for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Gold now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Mahomes is going to run the option left. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Mahomes. To the right side, complete to Escobar. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Tano Passanio in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man. The first sack of his NFL career.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Here's Hunt. A little juke. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And oh, it's blocked. This is going the other way. And look out. I think he's going to go. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points.
You know, if this is the regular season partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football, and at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on third down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Hard throw, incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Aldrich Alec Robinson, ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
You having fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up. 4
touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Gold to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Gold now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here we go now.
They run again with Hunt. Space to maneuver at the 40. Accelerating, and off he goes. Past the 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. Ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead will be cut down to 14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They go play action here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Here's Beathard to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Niners on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Beathard. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out come the Chiefs now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. This is Spiller. He'll have a first down past the 40. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Mahomes going to throw. Escobar with it over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That throw good for 4. It's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
In the red zone this time. Now it's Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. That time, a 6-play drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Offense lining up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Hunt gets it on the draw from Mahomes. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Haven't met a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And Robinson with a big catch. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Here's Spiller. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Again, they run it with Spiller. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. C.J. Spiller taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little...
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Chiefs, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On the run, this is Hunt. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Mahomes now to throw. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So after nearly turning it over, new life here for the offense on 2nd down. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
To throw is Beathard. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to him because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Returnable for Thomas. 43 yards on the punt. 7-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now here comes Kansas City. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game, are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A gain of 3, second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They call it a gain at 19, and it moves the chains. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth-quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run again with Hunt. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on third down. They'll run. This is Hunt. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. He's back to throw. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. 7 yards to go on second down. So Hoyer forced to leave the ball game, and they'll hand things over to the USC product, the former fourth-round selection, Matt Barkley. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking there for Bruce Ellington. Third down here.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
The Niners on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go. 3 and 19.
Back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Green 39.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here's Barkley. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Tano Passanio in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Now Barkley looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. Now Gold for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Gold now out to kick it away. On the return, here's C.J. Spiller. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now here comes leads Kansas City. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. To throw is Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Mahomes to throw. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Down to 7 seconds now. 6. One final try for Mahomes. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Kansas City.